So people are saying that Teyana Taylor has finally spoken out about her husband cheating on her, and the internet is in complete shock. Not just a little surprised, completely shaken. Because out of all the couples people believed in, this was the one that felt real. This was the one that looked strong, loyal, and unbreakable. For years, fans watched their love story like it was something out of a movie. The chemistry, the laughter, the family moments, it all felt genuine. Nothing seemed forced, nothing looked fake. So when whispers started going around that something wasn't right behind the scenes, most people didn't believe it. But here's the twist. Those whispers didn't stay quiet for long. They turned into rumors. The rumors turned into viral posts. And now it feels like everything people thought they knew about their relationship is being questioned. And the craziest part? Teyana is no longer staying silent. She's speaking, and what she's saying has people looking at everything differently. Because sometimes the strongest love stories hide the deepest pain. Teyana Taylor has always carried herself in a way that made people respect her. She never came across as someone chasing attention or trying to stay in the headlines. Instead, she focused on her work, her family, and her peace. From the beginning of her career, she stood out, not just because of her talent, but because of her personality. She felt real, the kind of person who didn't pretend to be perfect. She showed her flaws, her strength, and her growth all at once. Then came her relationship with Iman. At first, people were curious. They wanted to see how this love story would play out. But over time, curiosity turned into admiration. The way they spoke about each other, the way they supported each other, it felt different. It wasn't just about appearances, it felt like a real partnership. They built a family together, 2 beautiful daughters, a home filled with love, laughter, and moments that fans couldn't get enough of. Whether it was through pictures, interviews, or their reality show, people saw a couple that looked happy. And in a world where so many celebrity relationships fall apart, they seemed to be doing it right. But what nobody expected was that behind those smiles, there might have been struggles that no one could see. Because no matter how perfect something looks on the outside, you never really know what's happening behind closed doors. And that's where everything started to change. It all began with quiet talk online. Nothing too serious at first, just small comments here and there, people questioning certain things, picking up on little details that didn't seem to add up. Then, suddenly, everything exploded. A story started circulating online, not confirmed, not proven, but detailed enough to get people talking. It claimed that Iman had been unfaithful, that he had stepped outside the marriage, that Teyana had been dealing with it in silence. At first, fans pushed back. They didn't want to believe it. They defended the couple. They said it didn't make sense, that it didn't match what they had seen for years. But the story didn't go away. Instead, it spread faster. More people started discussing it, more opinions started forming, and before long, the internet was split right down the middle. Some people believed the claims, others refused to accept them, and right in the middle of all this chaos was Teyana. At first, she stayed quiet, no response, no statements, no interviews. And that silence, it made things even louder, because when someone doesn't speak, people start creating their own answers. But here's where things took a turn. Teyana finally decided to break that silence. And when she did, it wasn't soft, it wasn't careful, it was honest, emotional, and direct. She made it clear that not everything people were saying was true, but she also didn't pretend that everything was perfect, and that's what caught people off guard. Because instead of giving a simple yes or no, she spoke about pain, about growth, about dealing with things privately while the world watched from the outside. She hinted that relationships are complicated, that love isn't always simple, that people go through things that they don't always show. And while she didn't confirm every detail, she didn't fully deny the idea that there were struggles in her marriage either. That alone was enough to send the internet into another frenzy.
It felt real. People started going back and looking at everything differently. Old interviews, old posts, old videos, moments that once looked happy now felt different. They started asking questions. Was she hiding her pain? Were there signs that everyone missed? Was everything really as perfect as it seemed? And then came the emotional part. Teyana spoke about how hard it is to have your personal life turned into public discussion, how people make judgments without knowing the full story, how painful it is to see your name connected to things that are only partly true or not true at all. She talked about protecting her family, about being strong for her children, about trying to handle things with dignity even when everything around her felt messy. And you could feel it. This wasn't just a celebrity responding to gossip. This was a woman trying to hold herself together while the world watched her life fall under a microscope. But what nobody expected was how calm she stayed. She didn't attack, she didn't drag anyone, she didn't turn it into a public fight. Instead, she chose her words carefully, and that made it even more powerful. Because sometimes the quiet responses hit harder than the loud ones. Still, not everyone saw it the same way. Some people praised her. They said she handled it with grace, that she showed strength, that she didn't let the situation break her publicly. Others weren't convinced. They felt like she was avoiding the truth, like she was saying just enough to calm things down without really addressing the main issue. And once again, the internet was divided. But through all of that, one thing became clear. This situation had an emotional impact that went beyond rumors. It affected how people saw her, how they saw her marriage, how they understood her story. And most importantly, it showed that even the strongest people go through things. You could tell that this wasn't easy for her. There was a weight in her words, a quiet pain behind her calm tone, like someone who had been carrying something heavy for a long time and was finally letting a piece of it out. And when it comes to relationships, especially ones in the public eye, things are never simple. There's love, there's loyalty, there's mistakes, there's forgiveness, there's hurt. And sometimes all of those things exist at the same time. That's what made this situation feel so real. Because it wasn't just about cheating rumors. It was about trust. It was about heartbreak. It was about trying to hold on to something while it feels like it's slipping away. And at the center of it all was a woman trying to protect her peace. Now the big question is, what happens next? Will she say more? Will the truth fully come out? Will their relationship survive this? Or has everything already changed in a way that can't be undone? Right now, nobody knows for sure, but one thing is certain, this story isn't over. Because when something like this goes public, it doesn't just disappear. It lingers, it grows, it changes how people see everything. And for Teyana, this moment could define the next chapter of her life, not just as an artist, not just as a public figure, but as a woman who had to face one of the hardest situations anyone can go through, while the whole world watched. And sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is keep going, even when everything around them feels uncertain. So whether you believe the rumors or not, one thing is clear. There's more to this story than what we see online.
And until the full truth comes out, people will keep watching, keep guessing, and keep waiting for the next piece of the puzzle. Because in situations like this, the real story is never as simple as it seems.